Hi, this is Josh with Resort TV 1, and today we're taking you on a tour of the Morocco Pavilion at Epcot. We hope you enjoy the video. And just like the tour of the Canada Pavilion, this video has been recorded in 4K at 60 frames per second, so be sure to check the settings of your video to see if you can watch this in 4K at 60 frames per second. As you approach this pavilion, you'll immediately notice the tall minaret tower, as well as the city walls that are supposed to be around the pavilion. You'll also notice that there's a restroom here that's easily accessible from the World Showcase Promenade, and that's really helpful because World Showcase restrooms sometimes aren't easily accessible in every pavilion. And here's the outdoor eating area for the Tangerine Cafe, and there's the entrance to the cafe itself. But across from the cafe is another eating area that's fairly new called the Spice Road Table, and here's the outdoor eating area for the Spice Road Table. It's got a beautiful view of the World Showcase Lagoon and lots of tables for big crowds. There you can see the entrance. And here's the menu to the Spice Road Table. They've got a lot of Mediterranean specialties. And they've got some pictures and it really looks amazing. And here's the entrance to the restaurant. There you can see the hostess stand as well as the bar in the back. I love the architecture. The huge doors, almost like they go to a city wall, as well as the themed entrances, and even the bar itself is very well themed in beautiful geometric patterns that are so famous in Morocco. And here you can see the beautiful view from the tables inside the building. Got a great view of the World Showcase Lagoon here. And even inside the building there are some great, beautiful quilts as well as other pieces of art that are on display for everyone to see. And again, the geometric patterns are so integral to the art of the Moroccan culture, as well as other parts of the Middle East. And right next to the Spice Road Table, there's a great shop, and you can see some great artwork here in this part of the shop. And I love this little window that lets you peek inside the shop. And the name of the shop is Gifts of Morocco. And you can see from the outside they've got clothing and all kinds of different knickknacks as well as purses and just lots of different Moroccan gifts that you can buy. They've even got a belly dancer costume up front, which is really cool. And there you can even see some lamps, which I really love, and I always think that, you know, the genie's going to pop out of the lamp, but they're really beautiful either way. And here you can see with some of the more amazing lamps as well as other pieces of art that you can buy here. And then right next to the Gifts of Morocco is the Art of Henna, and you can get all kinds of different henna tattoos here at this particular shop. And I love the geometric patterns on these doors back here as well as even on the little tables and chairs. Just so beautiful and so particularly detailed. And here's a beverage stand right next to the henna tattoo place. They've even got a few snacks and different Moroccan beers and all kinds of stuff that you can buy if you're thirsty or just want to pick me up on your way around the World Showcase Lagoon. And there's nobody performing there, but this is the stage where the Moroccan, actually Moroccan, the band plays, as well as the belly dancer performs with the band. And now that I think of it, I'm not exactly sure that Moroccan is the band that plays there, but either way, the band that does still play there is fantastic, and the belly dancer does a great job as well. And there's the minaret tower as we come into the city. And there's the Kingdom of Morocco sign announcing your entrance into the pavilion. And there's a beautiful fountain right in front of the minaret. The architecture here is just breathtaking. And it was all created by authentic Moroccan craftsmen, from the geometric patterns that are so painstakingly created to just the architecture of the different textures on the walls and all the different doors. And there's the fountain I was talking about. And again, the geometric patterns are just so amazing. All handcrafted. There's another look at that minaret tower. And another look at the fountain, over to the Tangerine Cafe next door. So we'll go into the Tangerine Cafe and look around here, some of the different options for food. And again, the architecture is just breathtaking. Here's the menu for the Tangerine Cafe. A lot of different options. And it is a quick service restaurant. And you can sit in a variety of places, either indoors or out. And here's the main serving area of the restaurant. And there are several tables here as well as in other adjacent rooms. And I love the beautiful geometric patterns on the ceiling, as well as on the walls and elsewhere in the restaurant. And even this front room in the restaurant is just so well themed, and there are these corner tables here where you can sit and enjoy a breeze through the open doors. And here's some great geometric patterns on the walls in the main room of the building. And I love the chandeliers hanging down here from the beautifully ornate ceiling. They've even got a pastry and coffee bar you can check out here. And here at this pastry shop, they've got some Moroccan treats as well as some more familiar favorites like chocolate chip cookies, so there's a wide variety of things to try. And they've also got a wide assortment of different beverages. And here's kind of a corner room right next to the bakery. Hello. And there you can see some great stuff on the walls, and this leads out into this kind of network of corridors that leads out to the main gate. And this is the gate to the Old City part of the pavilion. The pavilion is divided up into the New City and the Old City. And so the New City is what we just visited outside with the shop across the World Showcase Promenade, as well as the Tangerine Cafe and everything else. And then this is the gate into the Old City. And the architecture, again, is just beautiful. And this pavilion is probably one of the most immersive, because when you walk back into these streets and into this bazaar here, you'll actually feel like you really are in a Moroccan city, and you can't even see the outside world. And there's so many different winding streets and corridors. It's just amazing to get lost in this pavilion and just walk around and enjoy the beauty. Before we go down the streets too much, we'll check out the Fez House here. And this particular Fez House is modeled after some of the houses that might have been built in Morocco. They built these inner courtyards so that the guest could relax and still feel the beautiful outside air in the evenings, but not have to have people kind of watching them as they walked by the different city streets. They could have privacy but still be outside. And then the rooms for these Fez houses would come off of this main courtyard. And I love the fountain in the middle, as well as the balconies that surround the main courtyard. Just a beautiful design, and apparently a lot of the houses for maybe the wealthier class citizens were modeled after this particular design. There you can see one of the adjoining rooms, and it actually leads into a museum we'll visit later. So here you can see a little bit of information about the Fez House, which I was just explaining. And this is the room that comes off of the Fez House, again, into the museum. And we'll check that out later. So back out on the main market street here, next to the bazaar, which is actually called the Brass Bazaar. And there's all kinds of different things for sale. And it's really amazing how they've kind of recreated on a small scale a Moroccan bazaar. There's all kinds of different things, from plates and porcelain and vases to handbags, all kinds of different garments, lamps, anything you can think of. It's all very Moroccan style, and it's all very beautiful. And of course, it's all available for purchase. And I love these lamps. They're so ornate. Love that blue sparkly color as well as the orange color on that particular lamp there. So these are the indoor bazaar shops, and then this is made to make you think that you're outdoors, and it looks like they've got this thatched or straw roof here, but you can kind of see overhead that there's actually a glass ceiling above it so that these particular bazaar items don't get wet. So you're always inside, even though they're wanting you to think that it's an outdoor bazaar. But this way, when you get all the Florida rainstorms, they don't have to take all the merchandise in. It doesn't actually get wet. And this is the meet and greet area for Princess Jasmine, and you can see the Aladdin movie background there. So if you want to meet Princess Jasmine, that's where you do it, right here coming off the bazaar. There you can see some great clothing. You see a price tag there, $69 for that particular item. There you can see some really fancy carpets. And some jewelry, necklaces, and all kinds of knickknacks. Just like what you'd expect to find in a bazaar. And here's a really great clothing store. Looks like more formal wear coming off the main street in the bazaar. Even more belly dancer looking outfits. And I love these lamps, especially the ones that are curved there. Just so beautiful. And these clothes, I believe, are dress clothes, and they're really, again, just the design and the detail to even the clothing is so amazing to see. There you can see even some different types of shoes. They look like slip-ons. And now we're back in the outdoor portion of the bazaar, and you can see some things hanging from the roof there, as well as, again, this glass ceiling you can kind of see right above the thatch. It's a really big area, lots of different shops to go into and streets to wander down, and again, you can really get lost in this area. So that's great. Great design. And great level of detail. And as we exit the bazaar, we'll come out into the main area here, and you'll see the fountain in the back, which is so ornate and detailed. And this is a replica of the Nezarine fountain in the city of Fez. I believe I'm saying that correctly. And here's Restaurant Marrakesh, which is the table service restaurant in Morocco. And the idea here, the tagline used to be on Resort TV, dine like royalty in Morocco. So that's the idea, and you can see the menu there. And here we go inside the restaurant, looking at some beautiful geometric patterns. Lots of attention to detail here. And again, just painstakingly created the beautiful design for this particular restaurant. Even the restroom doors are beautiful, which is crazy, but amazing. And the main room here in the restaurant is equally beautiful. The ceiling is even adorned with geometric patterns and all the jagged edges on the archways. Just so amazing, this whole space with the chandeliers. And you can see those two had the restaurant to themselves, so it was pretty neat. If you come here at lunch, you are not going to face a big crowd, so that's a tip. If you want to eat at these World Showcase restaurants, either make your reservations for early in the morning, or sometimes, if you're lucky, you can show up around 11 and get in. But I always recommend making reservations. And there's another minaret tower. And this is the actual entrance to the Lamps of Wonder Jasmine meet and greet. There you can see a wooden camel with a fez on, which is really cool. And yet another shop, which is actually not part of the bazaar, but has similar merchandise, lots of different clothes, and even some really ornate carpets and lamps here. And this shop leads into the Fez house, which we were in earlier in the video. But there seems to be more of a focus on carpets here, and these are absolutely beautiful. And here's the Gallery of Arts and History, and the exhibit here is Moroccan style, the art of personal adornment. So just like the geometric patterns that adorn all of the different places and shops and walls and doors in this pavilion, in the Moroccan culture, there's also a style of personal adornment or clothing. So this museum studies the types of things that people wear. But also this museum is beautiful in and of itself, with all, again, the geometric patterns, shapes, and artwork. And here's a little exhibit about the art of henna, and again, I said you could get a henna tattoo just across the World Showcase Promenade, right next to the new Spice Road Table restaurant. There you can see even the horses were adorned very festively. There you can see some of the jewelry that women might wear. The architecture, again, so detailed, very similar in the amount of detail to the China Pavilion, but of course the style is very uniquely Moroccan. And here's a few more exhibits about different clothing and accessories that were used. And take time to really just enjoy the gallery itself, because it's pretty impressive, especially that chandelier in the middle there. And even the roof here as well. And even the door here is beautiful with the stained glass. Well, that's all we have from the Morocco Pavilion for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to leave us a comment and a like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also, check out our sponsor, MickeyBlog.com and MickeyTravels.com for the best in free Disney vacation planning advice. So for now, have a great big beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye. Now that you've finished watching this video, be sure that you're subscribed so that you can get all of the latest updates. Also, check out some other great videos on our channel. Have a great big beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.